Good morning, everybody. Just got my order in from Core Essentials. Want to try out some new concealment and carry belts and do an unboxing, show you all what comes inside this, instructions, and see what they look like. And I'll do a fit sizing on my own, and then I'll get back on here and show you what the belts look like after they've been cut and everything. So here we go. This is actually going to be two belts in here, and it's pretty impressive that they were able to stuff all those into that small of a belt. All right, so first off, it looks like, yeah. So I believe this is going to be my instructions right here. It's just in a little one-piece fold out. Oh my gosh. And let me get that off there. Already got low battery. And then in the rest of this, so here is my first buckle that I got. So this is going to be more of like a dress belt. And then the second one is going to be more of like the, I don't know, regular EDC carry style belt buckle. This was my favorite one out of all the options that they had. I thought it looked the coolest. Something that I will say is these are like straight up heavy duty metal. Like, I mean, it's like very thick. So, I mean, I don't see this having any issues breaking or anything, or at least I wouldn't think that it should. You may have to throw a little Loctite on those two hex bolts, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, this is a Allen wrench and an extra bolt, I'm assuming, or a little extra screw for the buckle. And same thing, they throw in another one. This looks like a small keeper. And then let's look at the belts. Move that out of the way. All right. So actually on the website, they've got a lot of options that you can choose from as far as, you know, like bundles. Like you can actually order two belt bundles, and they've got them, you know, black and brown, black and black. But they usually come as like one of the tactical kind, which is not tactical, but like EDC kind, which is going to be this one. And on the outside, it's sewn on like a, I don't even know what that material is. And then the inside looks like it's like a, I don't think it's leather, but it looks like some kind of like super heavy duty plastic of some kind. And then obviously, you know, they work off of a ratchet system. So all you have to do is cut these down to the size that you want them. And then, yeah, just feed this end into the buckle side, and you're ready to go. And then this one I did is, like I said, the dress belt. Let me see if I can get this out for you real quick. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be a black dress belt, and it looks good. I don't have any issues with the way this looks. It's gonna be pretty plain, but you know, if I'm gonna be carrying a gun with it, then you know, it's gonna get worn out over time, so it's not that big a deal. But I mean, I would say that this combo would still look nice enough to be able to wear out, you know, for all the places I don't go. So, but yeah, let me actually look at this real quick. Yeah, so full grain leather gun belt. It's got a power core center, whatever that means. But no, I think the belt looks really nice. I mean, I think they're really big on like how sturdy they are. I mean, this one's a little more flimsy, but I think this will look great. So I'll get them cut, sized, and I'll do a little glimpse of how they look on, and we'll go from there. We'll see how they actually work. All right, guys. So I got this first one already cut. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, I like it so far. It's easy to use. I like the ratchet system. Seems to work pretty well. Sturdy. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick though how I did it. So didn't do anything scientific about this. All I did was feed the uncut belt through the loops, and I measured myself like that. Yeah, I measured out to like I measured out to a 29. So all I did was, when I put the belt around, did it at this bottom part, and wherever this came out to, where it was pretty much snug, I just took that right there, showing a 30 on this one, and that's pretty close, but I'll go ahead and cut this. It says either 4 inches, or if you're gonna carry inside the waistband, go 6 inches. So I'll go ahead and do this one 6 inches again and cut it at the 35 mark. I will say though that these are pretty difficult to get through. So it says have a very sharp pair of scissors. These are just whatever came with my knife set for cooking. I'm not gonna lie, I started it with an actual cutting knife. Just make my groove on the notch, and then I started cutting, but it does take a little bit to get through the material, because there's like I don't know if the leather belt's gonna have it the same way. I'm assuming that it does, but it does take a little bit to get cut through this. So I'm gonna pause the video, get this cut, and then I'll start it again and show you the rest of the process. It's really simple though. All right, so I got cut through that, and what I like to do with my leather, or I also did this on the other one, it just keeps the, I don't know what that outer material is. I think that burning the end kind of keeps it from fraying, or allowing it to fray. And so I'll just kind of burn this leather down, pat it down with my finger. I'll run over it one more time. And there, I think that kind of seals the end up on it. Put that right back there. Yeah, this process is honestly really simple. So you take your buckle now, just loosen these screws out. I'm taking mine all the way out because I'm going to put a little bit of thread lock on them just so that they don't have a chance. They do come with an extra screw, but I like to just make sure that, you know, they're going to be in there. All right. Take this end, you want to take this clip and pull it all the way out to where the teeth are showing. And then we're just going to feed this through. Once this is in and it's seated all the way in, but then the buckle, you can see it's actually there all the way in. You're just going to take your clip, get that to clamp down, and that allows the teeth to go into the belt. And I will take, you know what, I'm gonna do just a quick sizing on it just to make sure I'm good. You can hear the ratchet working right there. And there we go, belt's on. This one, I actually feel like I can probably take a little bit extra off, but leaving it on, well, honestly, you know, if I gain some weight, this will let me, you know, I have some room to work with here. So, I mean, it's not like an outrageous amount of extra leather sitting through. You can see right there, it kind of even loosened up a little bit. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like it looks pretty good. And, you know, honestly, I may actually cut this down one more notch just because it is hanging out a little bit extra than what I would like. So I'll do that, but yeah, that's it. All I've got to do now is once I recut it again, I will take these and just put a little thread lock on them. Oh, I will say, because I'm left-handed, I always thread my belt the opposite way, probably what most people do. So the only thing is that the actual like basically like takedown lever is on top, but I really don't think anybody's ever gonna notice it. You know, even if I've got my shirt tucked in. But yeah, you just lift that up, just press up on it and just feed the belt out, and there you go. So I don't know, maybe I actually will leave it as it is and not cut it again, because if I do carry inside the waistband with this, you know, I have to let it out just a little bit anyway, just so that, you know, I've got the extra room. You know, I can't have the belt that tight, but I will actually, let me go grab my firearm and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, got my other belt back on now, and I've got it tightened about how I would like it to wear without a handgun. If I just let that out a little bit though, I can take this, and I'll just move this to the side. There we go. Now I can actually lift this out a little bit more. That'll let me, should let me adjust my pants just a little bit. And there we go. And I can always tighten it back down just a little bit. There we go. Obviously I don't have a magazine in the gun, but if I just stuck one in it real quick, you can still see that. I mean, there's almost no printing whatsoever. And yeah, so I really like this setup. It looks like it's probably gonna be my new setup. Let me see if I can even, yeah, I can even take it down just a little bit more. And I mean, the gun definitely, I feel like, cinches up really well against my body. I like how it feels. Like, I feel like the gun's riding well. You know, I like it because I'm even able to move it some if I need to. And yeah, I mean, this looks like it'll probably work great. I mean, for now, time will tell. I'll try and do another review. Let me see what it's like having to sit down with it. Yeah, cool. So right now I'm very happy with it. You know, I need to have some time with it, sitting, moving, standing back up, you know, how it feels. I was using another very popular concealed carry belt for a long time, and my only issue with it, and I still like it, it's a great belt. My issue with it though is that the back part of the belt is just an elastic strap, and the front part is where like the rigidity comes from that allows you to carry a handgun, and that probably gives it away of what it is. I still like that belt, it works fine. The only thing that I noticed though was that the elastic band was starting to rub into my sides, because you know, I'd have to cinch it down to a certain amount to get the gun where I felt like it was pressed against my body enough. And I don't feel like I'm gonna have that issue with this one. I mean, like, again, we'll see. I mean, I need to have some time with it and see how it feels. But yeah, at the moment, I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, there's my review of it so far.